The Summer I Turned Pretty was a generation-defining teen drama, but its series finale was far from perfect. The hit show, based on the book series of the same name written by Jenny Han, first premiered in June 2022. The highly anticipated series finale was released on September 17, 2025, after 3 seasons of love, loss, and iconic Taylor Swift songs. Throughout the final season, the drama that started at the Summer I Turned Pretty's fictional cousin's beach became an international affair thanks to Isabelle Belly Conklin Lola Tung spontaneously moving to Paris. Conrad Fisher, Christopher Briney, chased after her for their happy ever after, but the Summer I Turned Pretty's movie sequel still has plenty of loose ends to tie up. 10 Laurel and John's anticlimactic breakup. The divorced couple shouldn't have rekindled their romance. Movie stills DB. One of the first things the Summer I Turned Pretty reveals is that Laurel, Jackie Chung, Belly and Stevens, Sean Kaufman, mother, is recently divorced. The Conklin family's patriarch, John, Colin Ferguson, appears midway through the first season with a new girlfriend. They quickly break up, however, and John and Laurel begin seeing each other again in Season 3. Unlike the Summer I Turned Pretty's devastating breakup in Season 2, Laurel and John's romance seemingly fizzles out between episodes. The pair go from hooking up and spending Thanksgiving together to having amicably split off-screen by the series finale. With such little fanfare, Laurel and John's second separation proves their Season 3 fling was unnecessary in the first place. 9 Belly and Conrad's Christmas in Paris photo shoot. The epilogue sequence only provided more burning questions. Christmas in the Summer I Turned Pretty has always been monumental for Belly and Conrad's relationship. In Season 2, Belly and Conrad have sex for the first time after sneaking into the cousin's house over winter break. In Season 3, Belly first questions her feelings for Jeremiah, Gavin Casalegno, after unexpectedly spending Christmas alone with Conrad. As such, the show's epilogue of Belly and Conrad celebrating Christmas together in Paris was the perfect bookend. The actual photos, however, looked strange. They all seemed to be taken in the same place at the same time, with no costume or scenery changes for differentiation. Furthermore, it was unclear who took the pictures of the couple's cozy Christmas morning. 8 Taylor dropping everything for Steven's cross-country move. Her East Coast career was just taking off. Movie stills DB. Belly's love triangle with the Fisher boys may be the focus of the series, but the Summer I Turned Pretty's secondary couple often stole the show. Stephen and Taylor's, Rain Spencer, romance was one of the biggest changes from the Summer I Turned Pretty books, but they became a popular pairing and earned their endgame status. Nevertheless, Taylor and Stephen spend most of the series finale fighting. Stephen neglected to tell Taylor about his impending move to San Francisco, and Taylor refused to let him explain himself. In the end, Taylor claims she'll go with Stephen, but not for him. Given that she's essentially abandoning her career, though, that distinction is hard to believe. 7 Conrad calling her Belly instead of Isabel. The protagonist grew out of her nickname. Movie stills DB. The protagonist's awkward childhood nickname has put off many viewers, but Belly was always meant to transition to Isabel as she grew up. The show kept her caged until her big move to Paris, wherein her new friends all met her as Isabel and referred to her as such throughout the duration of her stay. Conrad even asks if he should start calling her Isabel, but Belly bewilderingly refuses. Her name changed to reflect her growing independence, but the show backtracked when it came to her love interest. Hindering her new identity as Isabel made Conrad and Belly's story in the Summer I Turned Pretty feel, to a certain extent, like Arrested Development. 6 Benito's lingering jealous. Belly's Parisian fling didn't warrant possessive behavior. Movie stills DB. Arguably the best part of Belly's adventures in Paris was her short-lived romance with Benito, Fernando Cattori. The character didn't particularly stand out, but Belly dating outside the Fisher family was a long overdue necessity. Unfortunately, Belly and Benito's whirlwind relationship always had an implied expiration date. After the Summer I Turned Pretty's final time jump, it's explained that Belly broke up with Benito after he wanted to make their casual fling more serious. Consequently, when Conrad visits, there's an odd and almost bitter energy to Benito. His short relationship with Belly doesn't justify his blatant jealousy. 5 Jeremiah and Denise's kiss. The last-second couple made no sense. Movie stills DB. Isabella Briggs was one of the most refreshing additions to the Summer I Turned Pretty's cast when she joined as Denise. Aside from a single uncomfortable kiss with Stephen, Denise rounded out the ensemble as a friendly but totally unique character. Her drive, dry wit, and incredible fashion sense made her a standout side character. Despite never showing romantic interest in him, Denise and Jeremiah share a kiss with the unspoken implication that they may date in the future. With how much she added as a platonic member of the core friend group, Denise suddenly falling for Jeremiah felt like a total betrayal to her character in the Summer I Turned Pretty series finale. For Belly suggesting Conrad only loves her because of Susanna. Her greatest fear came out of left field. Moverstills DB. From the very first episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, it was obvious that Belly and Conrad would end up together. Still, the Amazon Prime Video series needed to give them plentiful trials and tribulations before they could admit their mutual love. Even in the final episode, The Summer I Turned Pretty introduced new obstacles to their relationship. Conrad's mother, Susanna, Rachel Blanchard, was the biggest Bonrad shipper in the show, but her death in The Summer I Turned Pretty partially caused their first breakup. Before their happy ending, Belly implied their love for each other wasn't real, rather, it was an unconscious effort to fulfill Susanna's wishes. Conrad quickly dismisses her anxieties, but they were nonetheless confounding. Adam's unnecessary redemption arc. He was the series-long villain. Moverstills DB. There were many interpersonal conflicts between the young adults of the show, but The Summer I Turned Pretty's true villain was always Adam Fisher, Tom Everett Scott. The absent father committed atrocious, unforgivable acts, including cheating on Susanna while she was undergoing chemotherapy. Furthermore, he treated both of his sons horribly. Adam was the root of Jeremiah's inferiority complex and the resentment he feels toward Conrad, but The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 attempts to turn him into a sympathetic figure. A few heart-to-heart scenes don't undo Adam's years of horrid behavior, and The Summer I Turned Pretty would have been better off leaving him as a full-blown antagonist. The cousin's house being empty at the end. Belly and Conrad should have been surrounded by family. Moverstills DB. Following a romantic chase scene and dramatic love confession, Belly and Conrad close out the series at The Summer I Turned Pretty's beach house. The cinematic final shot pans out on the empty, bar Belly and Conrad, backyard, as the pool, dock, and nearby shoreline slowly come into